And welcome back. This is, I guess, part 2 or part 3, depending on your version of it, of what can be done with salt crystals. In the last episode, you guys saw me go and grind up a bunch of salt crystals and that we used in the demonstration, and I'm trying to move the thing where it's nice and neatly centered. I'm basing it off of the viewfinder. And I went ahead and I poured water into a cup filled with this salt that was ground from rock salt into fine little crystals. And then I went ahead and I poured it into the brewing bowl of greatness. Yes. But now the idea was I wanted to speed up the process. I wanted the water to evaporate, and let's see how the salt crystals reform. So this is from the rock salt that I melted as part of a demonstration or in an earlier thing I did with my students. So here we go, and you kind of notice, you got some interesting crystal formations here. So you can see that there's some cloudy stuff here and whatnot. But if you take a closer look up here, okay, you kind of see this crystals thing here, and wow. So it's a very thin layer of salt crystals. And if I turn the bowl upside down, you can see more of these lengthy crystals. You can see how the light is reflecting off of them. See how it's reflecting? Okay, and it forms these lines. Now, can I break through easily? Apparently pretty easily with a mere paper clip. So you can see that I'm just going through, breaking through. So you can see. Now, in some areas of the bowl, I would use my finger to point it because it's perfectly safe to do so. If you take a closer look, okay, you guys take a closer look here, you're going to see that it forms cube shapes. The cube shapes, little tiny pieces of salt that we would expect when we think about salt. Got some nice little cube shapes that are there. And again, the layer is not very, it's, not very thick. All right, you got plenty of salt, and if you notice, with my finger, I can just go and easily break through the salt, and you kind of notice it forms a powdery thing in my fingers. So let's put it back here so you guys can see it. And okay, so with my finger, I'm just able to go through, sweep through it. Not that hard. And to reveal the bowl of brewing greatness. Yep, that's it. Anyways, guys, the next thing I'd like to do with this salt, I'm not quite done yet. I would like to try to put this in a smaller sized cup and again dissolve the salt with water, and then maybe not speed up the water process, maybe not speed up the evaporation process like I did with that heating lamp. Just let it do it naturally, and let's see what happens. Okay? I can't make any guarantees, but you guys got to see some different crystal formation shapes as a result. Okay? And you can see most definitely that it's pretty tiny, but you know what? It's still sodium chloride. Is this a physical change or a chemical change? Well, what did you start with? What did you end with? We started out with salt and mixed it with water. Water evaporates. Guess what? We end with salt. All right, that's enough for now. Stay tuned for part 3 or 4 or 5. Hasta.